Vishwa is an online platform. It's for everyday change makers, social champions who have been serving decades to make a difference and to make our world a better place. It's a crowdfunding and a crowdsourcing platform. We connect people who would like to make a difference with those people who would like to donate, volunteer, or give away materials and that they are not using and would like to put it under circulation.
Roshni has given life to the noble thought, psychiatry at your doorstep. With this project, we are reaching the unreachable, the underprivileged. And in this noble journey, Vishwa has been with us. Thanks a lot to Vishwa, who has helped us to reach people and also to raise funds.
Vishwa Talks is an initiative by Vishwa.org. Vishwa Talks are a series of weekly webinars hosted every Saturday that are focused on gaining in-depth knowledge from the experts on a wide range of topics that are pertinent to the current context.
One of the best collaborations that I had in 2021 is with Vishwa Talks.
Vishwa Talks is a wonderful platform, both for the speakers and the listeners. They cover varied topics, right from mental health to the environment. And it's so informative and so enjoyable.
All these are very enriching, and I congratulate Vishwa organization for their endeavors, and I wish them all the best for
Namaste. Good morning, namaste, welcome to everyone. Welcome to Vishwa Talks. My name is Srivani, and I would like to thank each of you for taking time to join us today. For those of you who have attended a Vishwa Talk before, a very warm welcome to you. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, here's a little bit about us. Vishwa Talks is a space to expand the horizons of our minds. Every webinar, we call experts from different fields to discuss, examine opinions, issues, problems, and perspectives at a personal and a community level. Each webinar is an interactive session where we walk away with more respect for each other and a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. Vishwa Talks is a free live webinar where we believe it should be an open forum for all to seek value and make a difference in their lives and the lives of others. Today on Vishwa Talks, in collaboration with Creative Bee, we discuss transforming waste to wealth by Keshav Rao. He is the co-founder of Creative Bee and founder of Creative Bee Foundation, a non-profit organization working with training artisans in refining and modernizing craft skills. Proprietor EcoFab Dye Farm, and is also an international consultant, UNITC. He has set up a handloom and natural dye research and development farm and block printing unit at Gatkesar, Hyderabad, Telangana. Presently, heading natural dye production and a training wing at Creative Bee. We're very honored to have you, sir, on Vishwa Talks. Before we get started, I'd like to inform our audience that our speaker will be taking questions from you only after our main talk. So please leave your questions in the chat box or raise a hand, and we will allow you to ask your question directly. Now, without further ado, I may invite our speaker, Mr. Keshav Rao, to please start today's talk.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you, Srivani Garu. and thanks for Vishwa Talks. Today we are talking about water hyacinth, which is what we call waste. Otherwise, it's also a menace. Spread all over many countries in the world, but in India, I think most water bodies in the rural India is infested with this particular weed. So we are talking about this and how to clean up the weed and simultaneously how to make money, or rather how to make a livelihood out of this, particularly for the rural artisans or rural population, by training them into artisans and making them make a good living out of it, etc. So I'll begin with one second. I think I have a problem with yes. This is a water hyacinth. In Telugu, we call it Kurapade Kaku. And this weed, I think, is been seen everywhere in most of our water bodies, whether that be lakes, canals, even including rivers. And it's a floating weed and it spreads quickly. And then it blocks the water flow and also it doesn't allow any other plant or anything to grow along with or with it. Basically, I think it was introduced in the colonial time by the Europeans, thinking this as an exotic plant because of its beautiful looking flowers. And it was originally been introduced in Bengal. And because of our climatic conditions, it started growing too quick and too wild. So it was also, in those days, it was also known as Terror of Bengal because of its spreading into the water bodies. So this, it propagates in two ways. One is through seeding. This beautiful looking flower will produce many thousands of seeds. And once they spread on there, they'll remain there in the soil or in the water for many years, even without germination. And when they start germinating, it will become like a wild fire. And also the second aspect of growing is the branching from the root side. And then it's a floating, so it's like a net spreading all over and taking over the water bodies. So it spreads so much, it doesn't allow anything else to grow, no other water plants like lilies or water lilies or lotus or any other thing. And it doesn't allow even the fish to grow because it sucks all the oxygen from the water and the fish can't survive underneath that. So maybe for that reason, imagine Bengal without fish. Maybe that's the reason why it was called the Terror of Bengal. We'll have some more, like you can see this. Some of the pictures I'm showing you from our very recent program, a pilot project rather from Tamil Nadu, This is from Thoothukudi district, and we worked with a few villages there. So these are the two water bodies. I'm showing how wildly and crazily this has grown over there. You can have a look at it. So we trained rural women, mostly housewives, and some of the unemployed otherwise. So so here you can see some of those people who are working with this water hyacinth. So basically, the methods of removing this one had been just clean up the water bodies, throw it out and allow it to dry. For that government spent a lot of money and with no returns. But unfortunately, this is so quickly growing plant. It just takes 2 weeks to grow back. And the seeds which are being already spread and in the water bodies will automatically again pick up and start growing. So the problem here is when the plant grows bigger and then grow old, and then it starts disintegrating from the bottom, polluting the water. So then the water is not potable water. And because of this disintegration and pollution, they can't use it for any other purposes. And though we have plenty of water bodies, but there is no alternative livelihood like fisheries, fish growing or any such kinds of things. And particularly when it gets into canals, the irrigation canals and all that, the water flow becomes so slow. The departments maybe many a time clean them up, take out the water, the plant and throw it out, and then again grows within no time. So so what we were trying to do is trying to use this plant for purposes of making some craft out of this. So basically this plant has 3 portions, like the first one is the leaf, and the stem or stalk, and the left is the root system, which is like a net. So out of these 3, we started looking at it, what all can be used. Literally, I think everything can be used. The leaf is basically can be used as fodder. Even the goats, sheep, buffaloes, cows, even the chickens can eat that when it is green and wet. So I don't see any of our population using this one for feeding the animals and birds. The second one is the stem, which can be converted into the craft item. So the stem, what we use basically is the matured stem. Immature stem can't be used for the craft produce, the basketry and kinds of things like that. So the leftover is the bottom line of the roots. So roots and the immature stem can be converted into organic compost, manure, and which is not been happening. Rather, we all they just clean up the lakes and throw it on the bank and allow it to disintegrate, and only that. So I think we can make use of it more purposefully, and which benefit the society in 3 different ways. So so here we started training ladies, particularly in making the basketry in different types of weaves and We also introduced some hand and power tools where this can be flattened to the size to etc. and make weave them into baskets. A variety of things, like in fact more of lifestyle products. So this particular stem requires a kind of a processing. The first from harvesting, how to harvest is necessary to know. And then once it is harvested, how to dry it, how to season it, and how to store it. When it is fully dried, then it can be stored for months together. And even in season, they can harvest them and then store them for half seasons and then use particularly for any season like this. And they also can segregate them to different sizes and thicknesses and then use them for different purposes and different weaves. So these are all few technicalities that can be looked at and train them. And the people what we are looking at, the target beneficiaries, can be many. The women can be like rural women without employment can be a part of this program, because most of our women are unemployed or without any proper vocation. So we can train them into good weavers. It doesn't take much time to train them. And we have to introduce some few tools, hand tools and things like that, where they can make a very precisely and repeatable product line in terms of shapes, sizes, the quality, etc. So they also require a few things like molds, where the pre-designed molds will be used to create exact sizes and shapes and things, along with the production speeds can be increased by semi-mechanizing these things. And these days, particularly when we are thinking in terms of marketing, they don't get markets like 10 pieces, 5 pieces, 20 pieces. There are demands like 10,000 pieces, 1 lakh pieces, etc. Like it's a big market worldwide, and it's a big market even within the country, particularly when quality lifestyle products are produced and marketed. The value additions also can be given to this by dyeing the stems with the eco-friendly dyes, and you can even actually see the molds and kinds of we're training them to make their own molds and produce. And also we were also introducing small tabletop frame looms where they'll use them, they make mats out of it, table mats and runners and kinds of things. And here you can see a variety of product line. This became such a popular program in Tamil Nadu. Every week there used to be a VVIP coming in and looking at it and then encouraging people to join and work more and produce a lot. Here you can see some of our the groups who are being trained there, and you can see some of our product line here. Yeah, so these are some of the initial stem collection and cleaning up kinds of programs we did. Yeah, the drying methods, and some products require slitting of the thick stems to 2 to 4 pieces and then use them up. So kinds of technicalities that are involved in there. Yeah. We also introduced the mold making to with the wood and metal. So we trained some of our beneficiaries to learn using the power tools, even including brazing and welding and kinds of things, where they can make small frames and then weave around them. Yeah. And you can see some of the dyeing sessions where they were dyeing and then weaving them as a very premium product line. So here you can see the loom and then some basketry. Yeah, and we have even introduced fabrics into that as a lining, kinds of things like that. Yeah, we even the ladies have produced such volumes and such good quality product. So we took them for exhibitions and they have exhibited and sold a lot, to their surprise and to everyone's surprise. And there are standing orders for them, but there are few people only who have been trained because it was a pilot. So now governments are looking at training more people, producing more, because there is a huge potential for marketability. Say, for instance, there is one exporter wants to give them minimum of 10,000 pieces per month and around the year. And these have been exported to Europe and other places, even including the store IKEA also sells these ones. So yes. So when we are looking at this and then thinking what all can be done, how we can go about training people, what do we need for that? So we need NGOs to come forward. We need CSR funds to be flown in, and with the sincere objective of making something benefiting the people and producing something qualitative, and which will give them lifeline marketability for the lifetime. So once the craft once is the skill once learned is going to remain with them forever, and not just with them, with their families. And when we started looking at, and when the ladies started learning enthusiastically, and when they start taking the material home, we encourage them to take the material home and start working at home as well. So the other family members, even the children, elderly, everyone started participating and started producing more qualitative and more quick production, actually. And there was such enthusiastic people. There were people who were around 85, 90-year-old ladies who were sitting there and trying to learn something and wanted to make something out of it. And particularly children, when they're in their holidays and vacation, they used to barge into the training center, and then forcibly they used to sit there and start learning it. So it is something that it creates interest in people, and even some of the differently able people who are also been come in and sit and learn and then start producing very quality products. So this is how we have been working, and yeah, this is what is my small presentation I wanted to show you. I think I am somewhere close to my time.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need to continue, or are you done with your
I think I concluded here. So this is what it is.
Okay. So
and if you have anything to ask.
Yeah, before we move to the question and answer session. I would now like to request the audience to take 30 seconds to answer a poll for us. The purpose of the poll is to help us understand you a little better so that we can curate more suitable and useful topics for you. You can also let us know in the chat box how you found out about Vishwa Talks, whether you're a Vishwa Talk subscriber or if you found out about the event on social media. While you take the survey, I would like to express my gratitude to everybody who has joined us today with their presence and active contribution in making this webinar a success. I would also like to extend my gratitude to our respected speaker, Keshav Rao garu, for gracing this event. Vishwa, the idea behind it, it's an online platform for everyday change makers and social champions. It's a crowdfunding and a crowdsourcing platform that is aimed at helping anyone find the support they need in their efforts to have their dreams for themselves and for others, and in the process, make this world a better place. In addition to the thought-provoking talks, such as the one hosted today, we also want to extend the curiosity for exploration to our youth and younger ones as well. In this light, we have launched 2 new segments, Vishwa Talks, namely Vishwa Talks Youth and Vishwa Talks Junior, to facilitate learning and important conversations in the bright minds of the new generation. Stay up to date to know when we launch our first Vishwa Talks Youth and Junior programs by subscribing to our emails or checking up regularly on your website. Subscribe your schools and children to Vishwa Talks Youth and Vishwa Talks Junior today, please. This Diwali, please declutter your homes for a good cause. Vishwa Material is another initiative that we are very proud of. Imagine living in an economy where sharing is truly caring. And whatever you don't need, whether it be books, electronics, furniture, you could easily be listed and picked up by members of the community. The idea is that nothing goes waste and there is something for everyone. It's a crowdsourcing platform for local communities to list and exchange items all for free. This Diwali, you have the power to spread smiles to the underprivileged. Join our Diwali Share the Light campaign. So this Diwali, let's declutter our homes and offices and donate used or gently used items such as clothes, furniture, toys, office supplies, laptops to the underprivileged. Please contact us at 733-118-4473 or to offer materials. Vishwa Materials. To learn more, you can go into vishwa.org materials/give. Please pass on this message to your community and help share the light. So there is a question that how do governments reach out to you all?
Yeah, sorry. Can you ask me once again?
How do the governments reach out to you all? How did this idea about using water hyacinths, the whole project, how did it happen?
Yeah, this is a very strange thing. They wanted in Tamil Nadu, they tried with someone from Kerala, but that turned out to be a huge disappointment. Because there are certain technicalities that are involved to process this weed. Otherwise, what happens is if the moisture content is not the required minimum level, then it can attract fungus. And then mold come up and the decoloring and etc. And one should know how to process and how to store it for a longer period of time, etc. So they tried and they failed, and then me and Beena, we had been World Craft Council members, and they called our international World Craft Council member friends. They said, you have someone here in Hyderabad, so why not call them? So that's how, sorry.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So then they introduced us to them, and then they negotiated, and we went and we surveyed the place and saw, and there's huge potential over there. So then finally we began because when we started doing it, they didn't believe that we can do something great out of it. Yeah. So that's how it all began. And then so because we have been a United Nations what do you call resource personnel in the variety of things, like I had been for the advisor to UN for handlooms, and he being advisor to UN for the natural dyes and etc. So that's how we began all this, and then they gave us a first trial program, and yeah, it became, I think, kind of a good huge success rather. Now recently one company called Ramesh Flowers, which is international, the exporter with an experience of more than 40 years into the European and Western markets. So they came up saying that we want a minimum of 500,000 to 1 million pieces of table mats only per year. So how many you can produce? I said, we are too small in the number. We began with just 60 ladies. So I said, we'll do something about it and we'll go on. So that's how it all began. Yeah.
So how many villages did you all touch? Is it one village or more than a village?
2 villages. Initially, we were thinking of just having one center, but they wanted us to work in 2 villages. Then we realized that the ladies coming from one village to another is not easy, particularly housewives, because they have to send their children to schools and looking after elders and the other family members to be looked after, and then finish everything and then come back to work and etc. So we said, instead of we moving them, rather we only start going to their places and then we help them. So though it was a bit of trouble for us to run between 2 villages, or rather 2 centers and work, but we said we'll do that for the benefit of the villagers. So that's how we began with 2 centers.
Telangana will have 10,000 villages, Andhra 10,000, Tamil Nadu 10,000 villages.
Yes, there are.
And
yeah, to our knowledge, we were surveying and looking at only Toothukudi district. Toothukudi district has basically, this began with Ma'am Kanimozi MP Madam. So she took an extra initiative and she wanted something to happen. And the collector had been so proactive. So he was chasing us constantly to go and do something. And then they were coming and meeting the beneficiaries and visiting centers at least once a month. So they were literally like, they took extra care that the program happens in the best possible way. And yes, the rural development departments came up, and now industry has industries department, and though they also started working to multiply these programs there. So when we started surveying Toothukudi district, there are some more than 400 villages. And out of 400 villages, at least 200 villages have these water bodies. Mostly the lakes are infested. And even the canals and rivers are infested with this. So we said, even if you are looking at 1 to 10 people from each village, they'll become too many to train. And there is no depth of market. So even today, they have so much of orders waiting. They don't know how to go about because it's too small a number they have now at the moment to begin with. Yeah.
So right now, are they, like when I had gone to Bali, you will see streets of these kind of things, these kind of baskets, and Bali is known for its furniture with the cane and things like that. So do you foresee a future if the government supports you all to make at least, in every state, if one district can focus on become an expert on these kind of products, can we do something in today's world where A, water bodies are suffering, B, there's so many subsidies being given that the work habits and the work culture of our country is going down. Would this make a difference, and how can the community come together to make this happen?
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. It'll be what I was calling. I was actually talking to the collector and his team. If they start doing something, actually they can create kind of a mini revolution. Because there is no dearth of raw material, and raw material you are getting it for nothing. No, you don't have to buy the raw material. In fact, you have people to go around, just collect them, dry them. Maybe you have to put in your labor to do that. But in Tamil Nadu now, government wants to support even those the women who want to take this kind of a livelihood program. They are subsidizing, they are providing the free raw material because it's easy for them to collect because they are already spending money on that. But only they have to do in a methodical way, how to, instead of taking it and dumping outside, now they have to collect it like a harvesting systematically, and then give them in such a way that they be able to use it. So yeah, something of that kind. So, and governments can actually, now they are spending money to throw it out. Why not they spend money to make use it? And here, yes, we have to put some money to train the villagers in terms of wage loss compensation or the stipend, kind of thing like that. This also requires a few tools and equipment and infrastructure. These are to be given to them, but these are one-time assets that's been created, and women can be the best entrepreneurs here because they can take it home and start working. It doesn't have to be at one place, they have to do it. And this is like a playful thing for them once they learn it. And the craft is such, it's a everyday improvement. Every day they see something new, every day they see something creative. And even when they pick up the speed, they really enjoy it. And because every piece is money. So huge possibilities here.
I remember my dad was a human resources minister. And one of the biggest mistake or the Narega scheme, which gives money for free for 100 days in a year, if that money can be used to skill people like these kind of skills, it would be wonderful.
Yes.
The same Narega fees that they're giving around 700 rupees per day can be given to these ladies who are being trained as a stipend, and allow the training. Every village, as you said, can have training sessions.
Yes.
Once they're trained, what kind of earnings do they get?
Yeah. So suppose if I'll take a small example of the mat. That can be produced very quickly. And the mat is one just aspect of it. Say, for instance, basketry, which is a lifestyle product. Bags, handbags they can make, the shopping bags they can make, the wallets can be made, the small purses like kinds of things like that. And something like the mats, runners and kinds of things. Even the curtains can be made, not curtain actually, slides can be made out of it. There is no death of this production line. Everything has a marketability, and see, this will be more advantageous for our Indian rural population because they don't earn much. Any amount is a good amount for them. The least what they can earn, we were calculating it, minimum 5,000 to 10,000 in between, depending upon the amount of time they spend. After looking after their daily requirements of household issues, and if they just work 5 to 6 hours a day, and only 24 days a month, still they'll be able to produce, make anywhere around 5 to 10,000 rupees least, is what we were looking at it, without investing anything else, anywhere else.
And if they do that, is there an outlet where they can supply their products?
Yes. Yeah.
Where are these outlets?
See, Fabinia has the very first day they came, they saw the production, they fell in love with it. They said, we want each one in 500, 600. So they selected a volume of them. So they are still waiting for us to say that, okay, we are ready with this. And that is a small one. They say, for instance, I'm talking about the Ramesh flowers. They'll pick up from anywhere in the country. So likewise, there are many others, like there are a variety of them. Now the other way is to go on to the online market. The Tamil Nadu government started a federation called Korkai, typically to market these products. So why not our government start doing something of that kind? And the Korkai Foundation is not going to charge anything. Rather, it's going to support the artisans by as a non-profit organization.
So what is the spelling and Korkai spelling?
Korkai, Korkai. I think it's Korkai is the name of the village, or they're one of those, I think, boats.
Okay.
Something.
And can anyone put up their product out there?
It's in the making. I don't know how they are going to come up with. It's in the making, because the quick developments came up with this program, and they saw huge potential. So that's how they started. And they also have a few other crafts in different villages. They thought all of them put together, create a marketplace, and where government can support them potentially. That's how they are looking at it.
A special thanks to Kanimoli Madam for even thinking of this product and trying to make this happen.
Yes, yeah, we are very thankful to her, because someone has to be there behind any program where such thing can come up and happen.
Yes.
Yes.
So if anybody has any further questions, otherwise we will close the session soon. Okay. So we would like to thank our, 1 minute, there's a lady who's this. Yeah, please unmute yourself. Yes.
Should I go?
Go ahead.
Shivani?
Yes, go.
Yeah, Shivani, my name is Balarama Varanasi. I served as an organizing committee volunteer for India Development Coalition of America for their South Indian Conference in Hyderabad, along with Dr. Mohan Jain. He is the founder of IDCA. I have been to NIRD, Director General, former Director General, W.R. Reddy Garu. There is a scheme, Government of India is giving like 10 lakhs to every village, every mandal, like that. And they have told us repeatedly, year after year, they are laying the roads only. Okay, 70% of the village panchayats, they are repeatedly laying the roads only every year. Instead of that, if we create a virtual enterprise and that connects the like non-resident villagers and NRIs and all, we can create some kind of a rural, all the malls like that, that is my idea, and I want to meet with you in person. And I served as a director for Hyderabad Management Association, where we used to conduct the lecture meetings like this. I'm also connected with MOU partner with Academy for Global Business Advancement. I can connect the academic institutions of India with those of America. So a lot of students, going for America. See, my niece, she's planning to go to America. She needs a project work. American, they ask, have you done any social project, report to that and all. This aggregated across the colleges, that's a huge potential. I would like to connect that, your initiative. I would like to create, Vishwa Talks leaders and enterprises who would take, we can organize boot camp of several leaders like Keshav Rao Garu, who have spoken in your platform. In the Institutional Innovation Council, the Government of India has they ask them to organize an event for the students. They organize the event, and next to maybe like landmark, we can ask them, invite your friends, unemployed graduates to next level event and all. Like that, we can build a scalable global blended event where everybody should be seeing what this is, some NRIs and all. Then everything happens. I'm really interested in meeting with you in person, knowing more what is Vishwas doing. Okay, I'm a team management leadership team to graduate. Srimani is our classroom leader. I would like to work, create a standard blueprint how TMLP graduates can actually take it to different colleges in an organized manner. When would be convenient for you to meet?
I will get back to you on the time and this thing.
Certainly.
We'll definitely get back to you. When you said that the government of India is setting aside 10 lakhs per village, who has the authority to spend this?
Our village sarpanch.
The village sarpanch. So it is the village sarpanch who should take the decision to train the villagers on this.
Yes, village sarpanch, probably they are getting bribes or whatever. Every year they are laying the road, it seems. I can, get in touch with W.R. Reddy Garu and we can meet with him as well. And we just need to educate the students from the village. They are in JNTU colleges like that. We need to sensitize those and, be logical. Why do you want to, just to succumb to this corruption relaying, rather than that connect the village. Connect the villages globally, and the problem, once the connectivity is built, rest of the problems will be taken care automatically. That's the American belief. Okay. I would like to bring that, the best practices in Tamil Nadu can be brought to Andhra Pradesh like that. Around that, we can create teams of NRIs who will be custodians for influence in the policies like that. Okay.
Amazing idea.
Yes. We just need to connect the dots. It is missing, everybody is planning, but some coordination is required. Thank you so much. Thank you, Keshav Garu.
It's my
pleasure. I would like to request your number as well. We will speak as well. Okay.
Sure, will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Yes, one other question from Ms. Chandralekha.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, thanks to Vishwa, Srivani Garu and Keshav Rao Garu for a wonderful session, sir. I think I'll never look at water hyacinth in the same way right now, because I'm just amazed, sir, by how much we can create from such, like we used to see it as scratch till now, but from now on, it's like a wonderful opportunity to all the women out there. So I wanted to add a few points, sir, to your existing points. So first of all, I had an idea, like, why can't we provide the same opportunity to the people who they come out from, we have some missions, DDU, JKY, and we have some already existing programs which train women and children out there. So after they complete this programs, I think they can have an experience right here, because there'll be already having some skills regarding those. So they anyway need experience. So I thought, why can't they like continue after the program here? And also, now that technology is being updated and we have got so many online platforms, in the same way, why can't they start an online business in the same way, like affordable prices? Because if it's in like we are doing with an environmentally safe and in the safe way, so they can also create an online portal where others can purchase directly from the website or whatever it is, so that we can also create employment like that, sir, to all the women out there.
Yes, you can. First, before think about marketing, you train people, make them know how to do it, how to do a quality product.
Yes, sir.
And how to do it viable, how to make a viable product. Because
Yes.
the time is a constraint, time is the essence. Yeah,
Yes.
how quickly and how qualitative you make is the criteria. So yeah, there are many other factors that are to be looked at
Yes.
while we are looking when we are
Definitely,
talking about.
sir. Because
So,
from this program, sorry, sir. Yeah.
go on.
Yes, because from this program, I think some women feel like after marriage or even while in their teenage, if they stop their studies in middle, they think like that is the end for them. They want to do something, but they don't have a chance to prove their self-worth. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity to be independent and prove their self-worth, sir. Because they may not be able to move to other places, or like in this urban areas we can do anything we want, but there they don't have much of a choice to go out and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I think we can also connect, as Balarama Varnasi garu also said, we can connect with local representatives and like as they have the funding already, we can divert a little amount slowly and then we can continue with the program.
Yeah. See, basically, this is such a kind of craft. You don't have to go think about moving to a city or doing anything in the city. The best place is your village.
Yes.
And today, world is so close to you. So by sitting in your village, there is a courier guy coming and picking up. Transport is no big deal. So you can sit at home and produce, and then you have your phone is like your communication system where you don't even have to go anywhere. You have internet in your phone and communicate with anyone and everyone, order or dispatch. Many things can happen from your own village to your comfort. So there are few nitty-gritties that are involved here is to learn systematically, because this is one a product where it's lightweight, but it's big in volume.
Yes.
So what happens is when you want to transport from your village to any city, this is going to cost the transport cost is going to be more than actual value of the product. So you should be able to make a design in such a way that you will be stacking into one another, and then you justify your volume in terms of the costing, etc., and then send them out, and then you market. So you can definitely make a lot of money out of it. And this is a win-win situation. You are even villages, village sarpanch and other people, even mandal officials, everyone can participate in here. You are cleaning your water bodies. With the same money, you are giving a livelihood to the other members of the society. So you are actually not wasting money, but actually you are earning money out of it by investing a little money on that.
Definitely.
So, yes.
What kind of investments does an entrepreneur need to make this as a business?
If you are keeping the training program aside, once if they have been trained, they need zero
Capital.
Yes.
So per village training will take how much?
See, this is the programs what we are training them is the one what we had done is 6-month program. Because it's not just training them in one product making. It's a overall development. They'll start looking at the range of products they can make and the range of techniques they learn. And this begins from scratch. So they should basically understand their material. What is it, how we are harvesting it, how we are saving it, how we are processing, and what all inputs are required into this. This knowledge is the basis for the future planning or the production line. So they must put themselves to that line. They learn fully, and then they are free. Once one member of a family learn this, the whole family learns it automatically from how you don't need to train them anymore beyond that.
How many days in a month have you been spending training people?
In Tamil Nadu you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah,
You said for 6 months you did. Per month, how many days did you have to spend?
So what we were doing is that we had been almost 10 people team, and we were I spent there 10 days. Me or Bina, one of us is Mani, spent 10 days there, and we give them 10 days for practicing. Our team will take care of their practicing and then check up, and then again we go back in another 10 days. So 10 days we are there, 10 days we allow them to practice on their own. Likewise, we worked for 6 months and then so came up with this.
Amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
So there is something out here. We can connect the products with US markets
Everywhere.
Where there is respect for handicrafts rather than mass production, and connect the artisan groups for social responsibility pavilions in the business and investment forum. I'm a globalization consultant for US Global Business Forum, US GBF, and if the cooperative are empowered with the direct product sale logistics, then the rural economy will blossom. These are some of the comments in the section, chat section. And there's one more. I suppose we can also use technology in creating training videos so that women can create from their place and they can be transported to another place.
Yeah. So in this, we have one issue. Videos may be plentifully available on internet, but the real essence of learning is sitting next to you and make mistakes and then correcting and then learning it is the essence of it. And once you know the very basics, then the further techniques can be just looked at anywhere, or even the videos, etc. But it's like, we still send children to schools. Why? And colleges and universities, they can actually sit in front of their laptops and start learning, but the experiences never come back. It cannot compensate that learning in person.
Yes.
So that's what we experienced. Even we were initially looking at it, but say I give you a small example. They keep the ladies start. Some of them don't do very well, don't put their head in that, and some of them do very well. They start learning from each other. So that become a competition among themselves. So I said this is the best product produced today, and everyone will look at it, and next day they'll try and to reach to that level. It can happen only physically when you are sitting at one place and learning that, and the enthusiasm grows. And once they have that experience, yes, I think there is no looking back.
Yes. Seva, they say Seva. We all should thank you for it.
No, it's our pleasure, and we are doing our duty rather. We know something and we are trying to part with it. Yeah, so being our profession, yes, yeah, we are doing it more professionally.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So now we would like to come back to Vishwa for a few minutes. Vishwa, the fundraiser which was successfully funded was Srujana, a student with cerebral palsy. It warms our hearts here at Vishwa to see the real impact that our platform is creating in the world. In saying this, I'd like to touch on a success story from for our fundraisers. We also now are coming with new fundraisers. We have step wells in and around Hyderabad. Hyderabad Design Forum has identified 160 step wells as of now, and they have spent a lot of time documenting it. These step wells lie in utter neglect, strewn with trash and rubble from decaying structures. These forgotten relics are more than just old buildings. They are an opportunity to learn about our roots and what a wonderful history our country holds. And these are the places where stories are told, prayers are sent, memories are made. These step wells need to be revitalized. And as a first step, the fundraiser is trying to document these 160 steps. So for those of you who are interested in supporting this cause, please fund it or share it with people who can fund it. The link will be available in your chat box. Similarly, Roshni Trust, mental health, because of the urbanization that's taking place, families moving from joint to nuclear families. There are a lot of people, everyday people that we know who are going through mental health issues. Roshni Trust has been working in this field since 20 years in Hyderabad, a very respected organization. They not only treat patients who can pay, they also treat patients who cannot pay. Right now, they're taking the trucks, the vans to underprivileged areas and conducting free psychiatric camps for these underprivileged. For those of you who are connected with corporates who would like to have workshops, Roshni is willing to conduct free workshops from them, from eminent psychiatrists and psychologists, and in turn, let that organization support these psychiatry camps. If anybody in the audience knows anybody who can support Roshni Trust, please reach out to us. Similarly, there is Vruddhobadaya, old age home. It's there in the it has been there since 12 years. One meal a year. Please make it a habit to give it. Like recently we had Shraddh, where we pray to our ancestors. While praying to your ancestors, please donate a meal for this old age home. So that's about it. Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you, Keshav Rao garu. Amazing to see that you're doing this kind of work. I've seen the quality of work is amazing. It's
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.